Hello, hello. All right. It is Friday, February 28th, and it is time for the Black Belt Newscast Live. I'm Cindy Fisher.
I'm Todd Prater.
Yeah, so we have so much to talk about this week that we are struggling to cram it all in time to go live in our selected time. So there's just so much going on. Honestly, I will say the Jubilee is next week. Bridge Crossing Jubilee is next week. And there's a story we'll hit here in a second. But it is so busy for us right now with all the press releases. And I've had somebody, and I have had to beg for her forgiveness, sending me a press release 2 or 3 times, days in a row, texted me and everything. And I feel so bad. Guys, we're just swamped with everybody putting out their releases of what's coming for next week so that we can invite everybody to go to the Jubilee. And so we'll talk about that here in a second. It's our first story of the day. But I always like to say that for our newscast, all of our content comes from the blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And we are posting all day, every day. There's a whole group of us that's doing this. And so when you have a question about what's going on in our 6 county coverage area, and really we cover more than the 6 counties in the Black Belt, go check us out at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. On the right side, it actually shows the different counties, if there's one in particular you care more about. But also you can send your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And that's a really great way for us to have our tentacles in all different parts of our counties and let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Send us photos, videos. We can share it here on the newscast and we can do stories. You can also be one of our community correspondents. And we love that part because you can send your resume. Let us know, hey, I like to write. And news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Let us know. We actually have several community correspondents that are not trained necessarily journalists, but are actually really terrific writers. And we have been so impressed and enjoying the flavor that we get of the different writers from the different areas.
Big help.
We recently had one that's covered Perry and Marengo counties. And so join us in this effort because we are really trying to, as a community, cover the news that's going on because the newspaper is a community connector. So join us. That is the way we do it. I always like to say as well that we do take donations. So all of our content is free. So when you go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, you are not going to be hit with a paywall. You will be asked to add your email to our list so that you can get our daily newsletter at 3:00. And this is a great way, like Todd always says, on the go all day at 3:00. That's your list of what has happened today. And you can click on it and read the stories and stay up to date in what you know and need to know. So sign up for our daily newsletter. And that is the gist of all the good stuff. And hopefully everybody is kind of hooked in and ready to listen to all the stories going on. And also you can make comments. When you comment from wherever you're watching us, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, I can see the comments and answer your questions or say hi. So, hey, say hi.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, I know. Hi. All right, let's get started. Bridge Crossing Jubilee. We had 2 press conferences this week with the organizers.
We did.
They're making sure they're getting the word out about what's going on because so many thousands of people come, but the locals want to know and kind of be in the know a little earlier so that we know where we need to be in order to participate or where we not to be in order to.
Right, exactly.
So
a little bit of both.
One major thing that we learned that's important to know is the Sunday activities, which is the Bloody Sunday Reenactment Day. This will be my 6th or 7th one.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed them, but they have been drastically different in varying years. And so let me give a little rundown on what we've learned today or this week. So Saturday starts with the Foot Soldiers Breakfast, and it's always held at Selma High School. I love going to that because we get really great interviews with folks that may not always be around to tell their stories. So that one is a really fun one to get. And it's kind of a reunion. It's fun to watch them and see them get back together again. That is Saturday morning. Of course, many other things there. So they block off Water Avenue and there's live music and most of that activity is free. You can go.
Yes.
There's vendors, tons of vendors, amazing food. I love those pineapples that they empty and they have drinks with they're giant pineapples you can carry around.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then, of course, stages with live music. And
that's one of the things, too, that in yesterday's press conference, Cindy, Faya Torre said that the music festival Friday or Saturday, the music festival you're talking about, for the first time in forever, it's going to go until like 10 o'clock. It's going to be later in the evening.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot more music going on.
And I know they're using Riverfront Amphitheater very well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Saturday, all kinds of that kind of activity. Sunday is the reenactment day. The last 3 years, we have had a president and the vice president, Kamala Harris, twice. We're not going to be getting any of those this year because obviously it changed hands a little in January. So this year, it will be similar to the years maybe 5 years ago. So you can get behind the barricades on Broad Street at Water Avenue and join the crowds to prepare for the march. You can also participate in the pre-march rally that's at Brown Memorial, Brown Chapel. And I've done that one too. You can walk from there to to join in with everyone else. It's a hike, but you can do that because it's where they started out, and that's really cool. Okay, so then they're saying that the march will start at noon.
Right. The pre-march is going to be at 11 at Brown Chapel, and then they're going to start the march across the bridge around noon. And it's this year going all the way across the bridge, all the way to the Voting Rights Museum.
And they're going to have speakers on that side this year.
Correct.
With the federal government had paid for and arranged all the setup for and the jumbotrons and this sound system, etc. And so they're not doing that this year since we don't have federal representation. So this will be a little different. And honestly, it took them forever to come back out. At 4 o'clock is when Kamala Harris would get out there. And so the march got later and later. And it was hot last year. We had some passing out and everything in the crowds. So it sounds like it's going to be a very manageable schedule if they really start walking at noon. But don't think it's going to be 4 like it was in the last 3 years because you'll miss everything.
And when you get on the other side of the bridge after the actual crossing, I believe it starts at 6. I have to check the schedule, which we have at on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Asher Havan is going to have a benefit concert for the museum.
I thought that was at 2, and that they were encouraging.
2, yeah. I think it's 2 to 6, something like that.
When you finish the bridge, they want you to come back over the bridge to Riverfront Amphitheater for the benefit concert, to go for funding to fix up and have staffing at the National Voting Rights Museum, which is a nonprofit run on that other side of the bridge. Anyway, so that's what we know so far. Keep checking with us as we get more details. But we've been wondering the same thing because I'm a planner when it comes to this because I don't want to miss anything. So they are saying they want to have the foot soldiers in front of the barricades. Many of them are aging and might be in wheelchairs, etc., so that they can lead the reenactment walk over. So I think that'll be really neat. So I'm looking forward to it. I hear the weather's going to be good. It's still a week out.
That's what it looks like.
I hope so.
Yeah. And I do know that yesterday they said that Ben Chavez and Joy Reid are going to be here. So that's 2 guests that we do know.
Yes.
But there's other dignitaries that have not.
A long list that I posted at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Portia Shepard says hello. Hey, Portia.
Hey, Portia.
She's one of our new community correspondents out of Perry County. And we need to have her on here. We've talked about that.
We do that.
Hear her stories. All right, let's switch over to Perry County.
Okay.
We had a fire at Judson College last week. Tell us about it.
Yeah, there was a fire at Judson College last Sunday afternoon, and a number of different police departments, fire departments, all responded. It was actually in the basement of the library, and that, of course, is the library. That's the smoke coming out of the basement door. The fire departments that responded, of course, we have a complete story at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and apparently that's the person right there. His name is Micah Hester, who has been arrested and charged with arson. Now, the interesting, the weird, the strange situation was that when the first responders got to the scene of the fire, Mr. Hester had barricaded himself in and threatened to shoot if they came to get him and advanced on him. However, he was talked down, and there was nobody injured, not even in the fire. But the police chief has said, Mr. Kendrick Howell has said that he actually arrested Hester earlier in the week, 4 days before that incident, on a domestic abuse situation. And he did not say that the two were connected, but he did want everybody to know that when there is a call like a domestic abuse or like this, that he is now very much on top of it and wants to be sure that Marion is a safe and enjoyable community for everybody. Like you say, the complete story is at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Yeah, Judson College closed in 2021.
Right.
So it is not occupied. And I had heard
there was nobody there. Yeah.
Most of the archive items from the library were given to Marion Military Institute. So it should be safe. The items and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. There's another really cool thing that happened today.
Oh, yeah. Today, this morning.
Happened. Tell us
it's amazing the different things that do go on. Today, here in Selma, a house was given away. That is Kennard Randolph, who's the president and CEO of Selma Housing Authority, speaking with Felicia Lucky, who's president and CEO of Black Belt Community Foundation. They teamed up with this man right here, Bruce Marks, who is the president and CEO of NACA, which is an organization that's come into town to help give affordable housing mortgages and funding. They teamed up. They're building these really cool little houses that are energy efficient and storm resistant and really nice, multiple bedrooms, multiple bathrooms. They gave that house away today, and the lucky winner was that's where they're pulling the name right there. She's as soon as that photographer moved, there she is right there, Miss Desiree McGuire. She just won that house. And Mr. Randolph said not only on this particular, they've done one other house giveaway. On this particular one, not only are they giving her the house, they're going to give her all the furniture to go into it. There she is. There's Mr. Marks. And sitting next to them, that is Dr. Tequila Monroe, Head Start Director, next to Mr. Marks. Then Desiree, the winner, and Mr. Kendrick and Mrs. Lucky. But one of the things that Kennard Randolph was saying was they will also be teaching these people that win the houses or that purchase one of these low-income houses or low-cost houses. They will be teaching them how to manage finances, how to save up for the taxes, how to be sure that they have enough money that once they get in the house, they can stay in the house. So it's a complete system. And they actually told me, I should have told you before we went on the air, but we can follow some of these classes and help people understand. I want to go through them and learn better how to manage money, because that's something we can all learn better. And that's what this isn't just they're going to give you a house and walk away. They're going to make sure that these people that win the houses and the people that buy the low cost housing understand how to stay in the house. And I think that's probably the most important takeaway from this whole situation.
Yeah, and this is their second one to give away, is it not?
Right. The one right across the street from that one is the other one that they gave away. And beautiful homes. I mean, they're really nice.
Washington Street. I know it's a project that's affordable housing it's just housing period is so hard to get a hold of. This is great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, well, another thing too I want to throw in is that they're focusing on areas that were hit by the tornado that went through the area 2 years ago.
So it's already reaching that area. That's great. Hey, I have something else to share that was really exciting that happened yesterday.
What's
The
that?
RC Hatch boys basketball team won
Oh,
on a state championship.
right.
Now this is them winning the regional championship. So the girls, this is the girls. They competed on Monday, but they did not make it past in the Final Four. This is the boys. They won and it was 69-67 against
Wow.
Brantley, which is a pretty big team. It was a close one. And if you look at the stats, the first quarter and the fourth quarter were just huge offensive quarters. So it sounds like it was a very exciting game. It was at Legacy Arena in Birmingham. So big congrats to the Perry County team. RC Hatch is
awesome.
Uniontown. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, the close games like that are always more fun. I mean, it's one thing for a blowout and all that, but it's fun to watch those kind of games. So.
Oh, gosh, it is.
Congratulations.
So I've been a busy bee going to a lot of events here in Demopolis. And one that I went to on Saturday night was a fundraiser for the new Marengo County Animal Shelter. They are really hoping to get enough money and some donated land from Marengo County Commission was going to get them some donated land and they were going to help pay for construction of it. And so at the end, and I think this has sound. When the world must come together as one. Our friends are dying. Oh, it is time to rend the head. So it was actually the words were changed for it to be very pet friendly. So that was a really fun event. They had musicians, and they're talking about doing a similar event possibly outside in the fall. They raised $11,000 and are hoping that can go to building a new animal shelter. Currently, there's a private shelter that has only taken in about 90 animals a year. They used to take in 600, 700, and they've dwindled because they just can't afford to keep doing it on private property. So this would get an animal shelter in Marengo County. So we'll keep you posted on how that goes as they continue to raise money. The other event that I went to in Demopolis was the Chamber Awards, and this was last night. They awarded the Business of the Year to Lindsay's Floral, and that's Monica King right there, who's the executive director. They also passed the gavel to the new president, Stacey Ash. There's Woody Collins. The mayor gave his state of the city, and I will share that. Since it was last night, all I had time to do was download the pictures and give the winners. So, they had Volunteer of the Year award. Dr. Brittany Anderson got one of the awards as well. She has a general practice, and a lot of them were just saying how much they love living in Demopolis. So
it's a beautiful city. I love Demopolis. I miss living there. It's a great place. Yeah.
So check out blackbeltnewsnetwork.com for the award winners and pictures. I took pictures last night. It was so dark in there, but they turned out okay. I was so proud. All right. So tell us a little bit about Marion adding this new police officer.
Yes, Marion has added a new police officer. His name is Adrian Collins, and he has graduated from the police academy in Montgomery and has joined Marion Police. And that is Kendrick Howell, the police chief, on the left, and the new officer Collins on the right. And that is one of, I believe he said 3. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, one of 3 new police officers that will be joining the Marion Police Department. Chief Howell is dedicated to building up the police department and increasing the security around Marion. So thumbs up to him for that work. Yeah. Congratulations to Officer Collins for joining too. I'm sorry.
So now for the Black Belt Roundup.
Yeah.
We have so much stuff. I'm going to kind of bang through all of it. First of all, Winn-Dixie is closing. It's going to be turning into an Aldi in Selma, the one in Selma. think it's the only one in the black belt. Okay, so here we go. This is me trying to shop at my Winn-Dixie again. It was kind of sad. And it is sort of, I do still have stuff there, a lot of canned goods, a lot of stuff in like the grilling and foil and stuff like that. And last time I was there, 25% off most of it. But I heard it was going to go down on Wednesday, but I haven't been back. So, yep, check out that Winn-Dixie is closing. And I just wanted to share my little menu. So let's see. Here he is. This is Leith Wilson.
Oh,
and he is the Boy Scout leader for the Black Belt. And he retired after 33 years. And this is his retirement party. I went to it on Tuesday of this week. And they shared some fun stories. He has been a Boy Scout since he was a boy. This is their commissioned artwork they gave to him. It has a little rotary thing too, because he was Citizen of the Year last year.
That's right.
So, him best in his retirement. And so that was, the Black Belt schools won't see him anymore, but hopefully there will be a replacement.
Hopefully as good as him.
Tell us about the bus tour that's coming this week.
Yes, but there's a man named Burgess Bailey. We've got a story about him on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, who comes down from West Virginia every year, and he brings a big motorhome. And on the side of the motorhome, he has foot soldiers from all the different counties in the Black Belt. And this year, he's added to that people who have died in Vietnam from the Black Belt. And in particular, I didn't put the name up, but it's on the blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Moody, I think is his name, who died in Selma. This man that he's honoring in particular was a foot soldier, March 7, 1965, went to Vietnam and was killed in Vietnam in November of 1965. So this is kind of in his honor. The VFW, I know Aaron Roper, I talked to him. He said that a lot of the VFW folks will join. The American Legions, other veterans are supposed to join. And what they're going to do is they're going to meet in Marion tomorrow morning at 8, and they're going to roll out about 9 and go the route from Marion to Selma, go across the bridge, and go to the Lowndes Interpretive Center. Now, this is this Saturday, not next Saturday when the Jubilee happens. Right. Because of the Jubilee blocking off the bridge, it makes it impossible for this motorcade to go off. So he's doing it a week early, which the week is usually spent celebrating anyway. So this is just going to kind of kick off the week with a motorcade from Marion to the Lowndes Interpretive Center. And anybody, especially veterans, are invited and encouraged to join. So it's going to be a great thing for them, for everybody. I like to share. I just got, speaking of the Jubilee, I just got a text from Chief Fulford. He's working on he's going to send me soon a map of all the streets that are going to be closed off. So we can have that. And I also got a text from Mayor Hinton, the District 3. You were talking about that earlier. They actually did the interviews Wednesday, but they haven't made any decisions yet. Right. So I just want to throw that in for you.
Yeah. So the city of Marion had a city councilman resign because of health reasons, and who is in District 3. They had interviews on Wednesday, and Todd and I were talking about that before it started. And they had their interviews, and they have not selected anyone yet. So we'll keep you posted. We do. I'd like to share the recipes when we have a partnership with UAB's Live Health Smart Alabama. And this week's recipe is tomato. Let's see, we'll do this one. It is cilantro lime chicken breasts with avocado tomato sauce. I mean, it's like, wow.
Oh, wow.
Very yummy. And they do like to also include tips. So how to improve your health and fitness is this week's. Last week's it was about, or 2 weeks ago, it was about grains. So it's every other week. So check this out at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It is up. I put it up yesterday, I think. So you can get that recipe, and you don't have to hunt this down again. All right.
Let's try that. Sounds good.
We have so much. Lyndon got a new football coach this week, and it is a former player. I always love to hear that. The Terriers Hinton, the new head coach, he was a 2016 graduate and played on the team. He was team captain and played at Huntingdon College after that. So
Wow.
yeah, that to have somebody coming back. What else? Oh, we do have a new mayoral candidate in the Selma race.
Oh, that's right. We sure do.
Yeah, Renita Wade threw in her hat into the race. Well, she is the former, I've got her picture right here. This is Renita Wade. She is the former treasurer for the, for the city of Selma during Dario Melton's administration into early into Perkins. So there is a write-up about her and what she is running on for her campaign. Of course, it's early. The election is in August.
So there's still probably going to be some folks throwing their hat in the ring.
Qualifying is June, so there's still time, but we are getting a lot of folks that are saying what they're, that they're wanting to run. So I'd like to also, at a certain point in our newscast, give a big thanks to our sponsor.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, so they're really big about doing pre-planning for your funeral, and you can give a thoughtful final gift by meeting with one of their advisors, and you can talk about what it is you would like for your arrangements so that it makes it easier on your family. Give them a call, 334-874-9081, and online, randallmillerfuneralservice.com. And I always say, too, we said it earlier, we take tax-deductible donations now.
Yes.
You can donate. You can be a regular monthly donor, $10 a month, $30 a month. We have one of each. We have several recurring that like to give and donate to help us keep our content free and also be able to reach into more parts of the Black Belt, hiring staff and adding to our community correspondents, because they are wonderful and they're not free. We actually we do pay our folks. So send your news to news at blackboltnewsnetwork.com. And you can send your resume there too and say, hey, I want to write for you guys. And you can donate at, there's a red button in the top right-hand corner that'll say, hey, donate.
Please donate.
Please. And I think that's it. Wow, it's a lot.
I think that's it for now.
Okay, guys. So every Friday, so we will come to you next Friday. That will be a bit in the midst of Jubilee, because there's weekday activities or during the week activities. And then we are gearing up for a super busy weekend. I will be out there. A photographer friend is with me who's very good, so that we can get as many images as we can. So we'll have lots of boots on the ground out there. Some correspondents, community correspondents will be out there too. So, so stay put. Next week, we'll see you Friday, and we'll have more news, and we will see you then.
See you Friday.
All right. Have a great weekend.